We are a North London-based design showroom. We're a family business, and today we're going to be showing you around this beautiful kitchen in North London, Woodside Park. So I thought I'd start by talking about this end of the kitchen because this is the way that you'd usually walk into the home. So first of all, we have a discreetly hidden vacuum drawer. So in here we have a power socket, so you can plug in your Dyson and leave it there to charge. Also a really great place to have all of your cleaning items. So as we have this at the beginning of the kitchen, anybody who wants to kind of start cleaning, they don't have to interrupt anybody who's in the main part of the kitchen cooking. So that's why we've set this cupboard off to the side. Next we have the fridge, which is also great to have very close to our living area, because if you wanted to grab a drink, again, you don't have to be interrupting the person who's cooking to grab a drink. We have a very nice American style freestanding fridge, which has filtered water and ice. Moving on to the oven stack. So here we have a Neff Slide Hide Oven with a Neff combi above. A microwave and grill and oven capability. The Neff N70 combi and oven. And then above we have a very nice cupboard, so more storage. Onto the corner after the ovens, we have this really nice shutter unit. If you have some very large appliances that you use on a regular basis, so you quickly just slide the shutter open, bring out your appliance. It can also be plugged in because we have a power socket at the back of the unit here, and then we just roll it back down when we're finished and nobody needs to know what's behind there. Before we move on to the base, I just wanted to also note that we've taken the worktop here right into the windowsill. So we have a very deep worktop here, which is just a really nice finish. We've used the Dekton Bora 15 worktop, so you really want to kind of use as much of it as you can. We've taken the worktop all the way in to the back of the unit, so it's just a really nice finish, and it just gives the illusion that the worktop is kind of extended, and that when this shutter is open, that there is no shutter, and then that the worktop just continues all the way into the wall. This corner unit is a favorite with all of our clients because it just really gets all the way to the back of that corner, so you're not losing any storage there. And of course, storage is key. So next we have a cupboard, a bin unit. So we've got two bins in here. We've got one for recycling, one for general waste, and then another cupboard underneath. We had a pillar to work around. So what we did to kind of disguise the pillar is just put units in front of it, and we cut around the units internally, but we still made storage for the unit. So it's just a really nice finish here, but then we used up as much of the storage as we could in the unit, even though we had a pillar to work around. And again, even though we have a pillar here, we've still taken the lights across and under the open shelving here. So moving on, we have my favorite sink and tap combinations. Both the sink and the tap are by Blanco, and this sink is a 700 undermounted seal granite Etagon sink. So what does all of that mean? The 700 just means that it's 700 millimeters wide. The seal granite is the material, so this is not your standard stainless steel sink. This is actually Blanco's seal granite finish. So as you can see here, it's a very metallic-y gray, and what this means is it's just extra hygienic, it doesn't stain, it's great with heat. So why I love this combo is because we have a hot tap above. So when you have a hot tap above your sink, you want to kind of go for maybe a more of a quartz or a seal granite finish. It's just a lot more harder wearing. You'll get that popping noise when very hot water hits your stainless steel sink. So this sink is the Blanco Evol S hot tap. It does filtered instant boiling water, filtered drinking water, and your general hot and cold for your dishes. And then it also has a hose, and then the hose also sprays, which is one of my favorite features. Also, it's magnetic, so that's just really fun to do. Anyway, I also love the fact that you can have both of these taps on at the same time. So say if one person's doing the dishes and somebody else needs to make a cup of tea, they can both be doing them at the same time. So one person here, grab your, or you just want a cup of water. It's just a really nice tap. The ridge here, so as you can see, this tap actually has this ridge going all the way along, and it's also on the inside here. And what that means is this sink comes with these two metal rails, and the two metal rails basically create a second layer or second level in your sink. So you can have some dirty dishes at the bottom of your sink, and say you needed to wash some fruit, you could rest your colander on these rails and wash your fruit, and it doesn't have to interfere with the dirty dishes in your sink. So that's just a really nice feature as well. Also, say if you had an oven tray to wash, you could rest the oven tray on these rails, give it a good scrub without having to kind of bend down and get to the bottom of your sink. So really love the Dekton sink. So as you know, we do usually do the sink with the dishwasher and the bin either side, but because we had this pillar to work around, the bin is actually a little bit further down, but the dishwasher is still very close to the sink. So the dishwasher is just to the right of the sink. So this is a really nice place to have your dishwasher, because usually you might rinse something quickly and then put it into the dishwasher. So having the two next to each other is ideal. So yeah, so that's what we have here. And then above, again, we just have cupboards. The whole section here is in our ultra matte lacquered light gray door. So our ultra matte lacquered range as well is anti-fingerprint. So because your kitchen is getting a lot of use, especially if you have young kids, they might be touching things. You don't want to be constantly wiping down fingerprints. So this ultra matte lacquered range is one of our favorites, and it's just loved by all of our clients because you're not constantly wiping fingerprints off of your units. Okay, so lastly, in this light gray run here, we have the larder. And this larder is one of my favorite larder options that we offer. We offer a wide range of larders at Finchley Kitchens, but this is one of my favorites because it's half shelves, half drawers. And the drawers just means that it's, well, everybody loves a drawer, obviously, but it just means that you get the full use of this larder. So sometimes when you have a pull-out larder, you do lose a bit of the storage, whereas in this unit, you get full use, and the shelves are just a great place. If you have some appliances, then you can put your appliances there. Also, the shelves are all adjustable in height, so depending on what you need to put in your larder, you can adjust the shelves. So this is one of my favorite larder options that we do. Okay, so the star of the show, or the star of this kitchen, is definitely this island. So we have an island that is over 3 meters long. It's actually 3.1 meters long to be precise. So we have lots of storage in this island. We've included storage on the front and the back and under the seating. So no storage option was missed here. And then as you can see, we've got a pull-out here, which is great for your oils and things, which is very close to your Bora hob. You know how much we love a Bora hob at Finchley Kitchens. So it just makes for really easy and functional cooking. So you might be quickly frying something, you just grab a bottle of oil, do your thing. Anyway, so we like to make our kitchens very functional and make cooking a lot faster for you. So that's just a really great tip, to have a really nice pull out next to your hob. And then we have 3 drawers in each of these units here, but this top one is actually a dummy because we have to have the motor for the Bora here, but we've made it look as if it's a drawer, so everything looks very uniform and symmetrical. So you'd be surprised how much you can actually fit in these drawers. So as you can see, lots of plates here, lots of plates here, and then the bottom drawers are just great drawers for big pots and pans. So a quick note about this Bora that we have. So it's a full induction and it's the X Pure. The X Pure also has the flex option. So you can combine one side of the Bora to become one large cooking zone. So if you have an oven tray or a griddle pan, this is a really great option because then you get even cooking throughout the whole pan. Or if you just have a really big pot, because sometimes I know I have very large pots and one ring is just not big enough. So the flex option is great for long items or very big pots. And it's just a bit wider than the Pure. So the X Pure is 80 centimeters wide, so you just get a little bit more cooking space. And on this huge island, which is over 3 meters wide, space is really not a problem. So going for the bigger hob on a larger island is great. We love putting the hob on the island because it just means that as you're cooking, if the kids are close by doing their homework, you can keep an eye on them, or if the TV's on, you don't have to miss out what's going on the TV because you can watch the TV while you're cooking. Or if you have friends around, you can be cooking and still be part of the conversation. So it's just a lot more social to have the hob on the island. Okay, so coming around to the front of this midnight blue ultra matte lacquered island, we have storage underneath the seating. So we have cupboards underneath, which are great for more long-term storage because of course you do have to move the chair out of the way. This is more shallow cupboards because of course we've got units on the other side and we need to make space for the leg room, but this is just a really nice place to have more long-term storage. So on the back of the island, we've gone for cupboards either end here. So again, lots of storage on the island, and it's just a really nice place to kind of put things that you might need more for your dining area, or a really great place to put kind of like games or knickknacks for the living room that you don't want on show, but it's not also necessary for the kitchen. So yeah, so this is just a really great storage option if you have a nice large island like this, and you can have storage on both ends. So as you can see on this end of the island, we've got the seating on the L. So what does this mean and why do we do it? So it just means that your dining area or your seating area on your island is a lot more social because everybody who's sitting and eating or having a cup of coffee can see each other, and you have a nice area in the middle to kind of place your food. Whereas if you were all sitting in a line and you wanted to talk to the person at the end, you're kind of breaking your neck to kind of have a conversation with them. So this also means that we've got this as our dining area, and the cooking area and prep area is off to the side, and that's its own section of the island. You can say, what do you think about this kind of seating? This is also what we have on display in our showroom if you wanted to come and see us and test it out for yourselves. If you're the one that's cooking, then the hob is not directly opposite somebody who's sitting here. You can have this as your kind of cooking and prepping area, and this as your dining and kind of tea breakfast area.
To keep up to date with our latest projects, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.